Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GCSN Presents or something. I don't know what nickname, to be honest. Squared Circle Talk, something like that.
Something like
I,
that.
I,
Sounds about
I
right.
left the entire naming process to him, and that's what he came up with. So we
Like it.
don't have Nick with us tonight. So tonight I have my very special guest, Mike Rosa, with us. We love Mike.
Back again, finally get a day off of work so I can be here with my family. Look at that family.
Familia. I'm trying
Indeed.
to find. I don't know where he puts all of our. I probably should have gotten on this earlier
I
and
was gonna say it
got
looks
everything
very
together.
bare. Looks very
Yeah.
bare.
What has Nick done with this? So I'm doing all the backstage stuff right now, and we have Martin.
Martin's here.
Welcome, Martin, to the team. How are you tonight,
Look at
Martin?
this.
I'm pretty good. The Brewers won, so I'm ready to go.
Nice.
Luther, welcome. You get off at 9. We'll be on till 10. So I hope you join us for our second hour. It's nice to hear from you, though. So I am just getting everything. I really should have been in here 10 minutes earlier to set this up because, I like
It's
to
okay.
put off
We're
things to the
getting
very
there.
last minute. So,
You're
Mike.
getting there.
Ooh. My sound's on my phone. Mike, tell me, what do you think about Retribution so far?
Man, oh man. I have no idea. So I in our little group chat, I said two of the people that I think are definitely in there. I think one is Vanessa Bourne because I saw some chick that had long reddish kind of hair, and I think the other one is Ali because when that guy was up into the camera saying this is our time, it sounded just like Ali. The way they're doing it, I mean, on Raw, it's been weird on Raw. I feel like the one time that we've seen them on SmackDown has been better than both times we've seen them on Raw. It seems like on Raw, the first time they were like, hey, let's throw Molotov cocktails and run around. And then the second time was like, here's a brick. Like, it's just kind of stupid. SmackDown, they actually went and did something. I am going to reserve judgment. So far, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I don't know if it's good interest or bad interest, but I am interested nonetheless.
So, now we talked about this a little bit, and we didn't really go deep into it. We're not going to go deep into it again, but I do want to know your opinion. We talked about this last week. What do you think about the current political climate and the fact that they threw the Molotov cocktails at anything? Let's just go with at anything.
Me, myself, I mean, I think they kind of had a feeling that would happen. That's kind of why when they first talked about Retribution, they said it's going to be nothing like political. It's going to be no politics or anything like that. So they tried to distance themselves from what they felt people would say already. Is it a good look? Probably not. I mean, the state that the country's in, it's still in. People are still protesting. They still want their voices heard for very good reasons. And in a way, I could see why people would, poo-poo that and be like, it's not tasteful. But like I said, WWE did say this isn't going to be political. And I think that's just a way of them getting around this so they can later come out and say, we told you guys it was political. You took it that way. That's how I see it.
I think it's a bad look. And yeah, WWE has always played off of real life, but there's certain things that they just shouldn't do. And this was probably one of them. Now, in that group chat that you aforementioned earlier, still talking about Retribution, that very first promo definitely had that shock the system feel to it. Now, I will say that's well played if that's how WWE wanted to go about that. That is extremely well played. But the problem is if you're going to try to sell that to me, you had 5 people.
No.
You start with just 4 for that one episode and no girls. Let's make that very clear. No girls. Boom. Now you have people really believing that it could be the Undisputed Era, if even only for that 5 days until they showed up on SmackDown.
Martin, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, so I think it's a good. I'm kind of interested in this. I think one of the guys might be Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know why, but I think I might have heard him when they were on SmackDown.
So, okay. My issue with that is that none of these guys actually look like wrestlers.
Yep. And that's what I was kind of mentioning. I read somewhere or heard somewhere, I don't know where I did, but excuse me, this was pure speculation, that Vince McMahon doesn't know who he wants to be in Retribution. So he's having just generic people go out there and, you know, be under the masks and stuff. Because that was one of my first, I guess, what's the word? One of the first things I noticed was I'm taller than most of these guys. There's one big guy, and he doesn't even look athletic. He looks kind of chubby, if we're going to be honest. Like, he doesn't look big like, you know, Dominic Dijakovic, which everyone thought.
So they called Bully Ray?
What?
So they called Bully Ray? Short and fat?
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right. Like, honestly, I look like I'm taller than most of those people. So, I don't know. Maybe that is it. But it's going to be if that is the case, it's going to be very weird when what is Dominic Dijakovic, 6'5" or something like that, when he comes out and they'd be like, wait a second, you wasn't there that day. Like, that's going to be awkward. If that's the case, I could be totally missing the mark. But I still say Ali is one of them. And I'm writing that down, book it. I'm telling you he is.
So what makes you think Ali is one of them?
Well, we hadn't really seen him. I think we've seen him once, right? I've been kind of on and off, but we've seen him once in a match. And like I said, if you go back to that night on SmackDown, one of them, which I think is Ali, was screaming into the camera. He had his face up into the camera screen, this is our time now and all that. I hear Ali's voice in there. And what better way? I mean, he was a great talent. He should have been in that main event, or at least fighting for the main event for WrestleMania. Then he unfortunately got injured and Kofi took his spot. And then ever since then, it's just been, you know, setback after setback after setback. They change his name. They give him his name back. They shorten it. They do all these things. What better way for him to come out and say, you know what? F this. I'm pissed. This is my Retribution. That's why.
Now, Martin, that exact scenario that he was talking about with he thinks the guy that was screaming into the mic was Ali. Is that who you thought was Tommaso?
Might be. Yes. Yeah, I thought it was him because he sounded like him, and it kind of sounded like him.
So, Ali and Tommaso don't have anywhere near the same voice. And
that's why.
Admittedly, I did not watch SmackDown. I have no idea what it sounded like. I didn't watch Raw this week. It just, nope. I gave it a chance. It's not my dog barking in the background for the first time ever.
Oh, it's Martin's. Nice.
I love it.
Dog is just sitting there.
So, if it was a deeper, raspier voice, then it would definitely be Tommaso. If it was a more high energy type voice, then I could see Mufasa. However, what has Ali done to really signify that he's going to be in this new group? You have Black and you have Dijakovic and Tommaso all have gone, quote unquote, dark on social media, which gives you a big indication that they're doing something. I haven't checked Vanessa Bourne's any of her social media. I wouldn't be able to tell you about that. So
right now,
perfect. So, in essence, I don't see where Ali fits into this because he's not selling it like everybody else.
Well, I mean, but also that whole thing of them going, you know, dark on Twitter could just be a coincidence. It would be a very strange coincidence, but it could just be a coincidence. But if you go, I'm telling you, if you look, like I just pulled it up right now, and if I felt like the camera would work, I would kind of show you guys. But that guy is definitely, he's dark-skinned. He's definitely not light-skinned. And Tommaso Ciampa isn't that light-skinned, but this guy, you could tell he's either Black, Hispanic, or Mustafa. He's kind of short. I'm just watching it over again. I think it is. I think it's him. Vanessa Bourne's Twitter is regular. It's nothing. She's talking with Liv Morgan right now. Another one that I seen people talking about was Chelsea Green. For some reason, they felt like Chelsea Green was a part of this as well. I don't really know why. I think it's because both her and Vanessa Bourne had gotten called up to the main roster, and then they didn't do anything with them. So
That
I see
seems to be
Chelsea
a very general consensus about this. Is that
Right.
there was a bunch of call-ups in, let's say, January or February that happened. None of them were used. Some of them went back to NXT for some short storylines. Dominic. And that's going to be who Retribution is. Also, hi, Brandon. How are you? How you doing?
What's up, Brandon?
Hi. So it's really a matter of, are we going to try, or is the WWE going to try to swerve us? Is the
How so?
payoff going to be horrible? Is this going to be some stupid stable like Seth Rollins and his cronies just got larger? Because that's something I can see the WWE doing at this stage in time.
That is something that I can. Yeah, that is something that I can see them doing because booking for WWE sometimes it's just awful.
It's
You got it.
They don't
You
have
gotta,
no idea what they're doing.
You got to remember who has the book right now, Pritchard. And I'm sorry, he's not that. I don't like Bruce Pritchard as a booker, to be honest with you. If we're gonna, I think he's too kind of hokey and too like. He borders that Vince Russo line where it's like, oh,
Exactly.
Mayhem. Mayhem's good. Like, no, it's not. Shut up,
Yeah,
Brandon, how about
Paul Heyman was better?
Brandon
Oh.
with how about some people let go being hired back to be a part of this stable?
Who though?
Who,
I mean, because
who's still a free agent? If we're
That's what
being
I'm saying.
honest,
Leo Rush, that's what one of my friends said. Maybe him.
who? Leo Rush?
Yeah, maybe.
no. But you know what?
No.
I was gonna say, but Leo Rush has another distinctive voice. I feel like if Leo Rush was there, unless he's just being quiet, I feel like he would pick that voice up right away. Because I mean, we've heard him say Lashley. We heard it so much. I feel like you would. One guy that I haven't heard anything of, and I don't think he's in it because he's a towering human being, is Eric Rowan. But like I said, I don't think he's there because the one guy that's there looks like Bully Ray. He's short and chubby.
Yeah, so that was the first person that popped to my mind is who still doesn't have a contract somewhere, and it's Eric Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
But now, let's say you add in Dominic and Eric Rowan, and both of these guys have no. This entire stand-ins are like 2 feet tall, and now you have two guys to make it unbelievable, rather than even just one.
Absolutely.
And again, off the top of my head, I can't even think of anybody who is still a free agent because everybody's in Impact. Everybody's in AEW now. There's nobody left.
Rusev, that's the only one I can think of right now.
Rusev.
He went off on somebody on Twitter for saying something about Lana the other day.
I fully believe that Rusev was going to debut at Slammiversary until he got COVID.
Could be. But you know what? Look, to be honest, and he could have been swerving us all, but I said either a month ago or so, that I felt just by watching his Twitches and watching his YouTubes, I felt like he was done with wrestling. And then he kind of came out and said, like, no, I'm done. Which it could have been a swerve because I don't even think he said, like, I'm retiring. I think he just said, like, I'm a streamer now. So it could be him. I don't know. I don't want to see Rusev in WWE anymore because, I mean, he's a phenomenal talent. He's great. He can cut promos. He's a fantastic wrestler, and they just don't, like, I don't know. He'll come back, be good for a month, and then just get lost in the shuffle again like he did last time or like they do with other people.
That's the only thing that they've ever done with it. It's like Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the best talents of this generation, and they have no idea what to do with them. Cesaro, they just put Shinsuke and Cesaro in a goddamn tag team.
Yeah, they did. No, it's not too bad.
Don't get me wrong, that'd be a great tag team, but I want a story to make my tag teams.
So
there's not much of a story with that one.
There's one person that WWE released that I could be missing or I just didn't know. I was going to say Chris Hero, but I mean, because Kassius Ohno does kind of have the body type of that chubby guy.
He does.
On Twitter, it's just his Twitter is Chris Hero is back.
So he's
Yeah, I don't
definitely just
know.
marketing himself already, moving on.
That's
He's
what it
probably
looks
going
like.
back to Ring of Honor.
Which he should. He very well should.
I
Yeah, I
fully
don't
agree.
know.
Ring of Honor used him as a centerpiece.
I did. I don't know. It's tough. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that I hate Retribution. I'm not gonna say that I love it right now either. They did pique my interest. I'm looking forward to what they're doing. I just don't like some of the like. It was just so weird on Raw. They're like, we have reports that a cinder block is gonna get thrown through a window, and like, okay, that window, we've seen that window getting broke like 5 times. The Street Profits and the Viking Raiders broke that window on a pay-per-view. Like, I don't know. It's just SmackDown, whoever's booking for SmackDown, which I think is Pritchard anyway, but maybe he has different voices in his head or in his ear. I just like what they did on SmackDown. We'll see what else they do on Friday, but what they've done with them on Raw, I'm just not a fan of, but I am interested.
My hosting. So I use my iPad and my computer to do 2 different things, and my hosting computer just crashed on me.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I mean it had no effect. I just can't bring up comments right now. That's all that is.
Oh,
So I'm gonna.
I can, yeah.
I mean, I can read them because I have my phone up as well. So Brandon said, "Has the B team signed anywhere? Is the B team, were they released? Bo Dallas and Michael McGillicuddy?
McGillicuddy was, and because I know Curtis. I just saw Curtis Axel's name, but he was definitely released. Bo wasn't.
So it's 1 out of the 2 of them.
Yeah. Bo Dallas? No, I don't think Bo Dallas.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
wait.
they just keep.
B team wasn't McGill. Oh, that wasn't it. Never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they just keep Bo because Braden is there. Because Braden's
Yeah.
brother.
Yep. Just like it was a lot like the colognes in the wrestling industry. For the longest time, you could do anything except whatever Carlito did and have the last name Cologne and have a job in the WWE. Whatever
Yeah.
Carlito did had to have been bad.
Yeah. I mean, their father is, one of the most influential people. Which I'm gonna plug
Ever.
this book. All right, I'm gonna plug
Go
this
ahead.
book. We're not getting paid for this. I wish we would. I wish the authors would kind of come. But I'm not a comic book guy at all. I don't really like comic books. But I got this comic book. It's called The Comic Book Story of Professional Wrestling. Any wrestling fans out there, or if you don't know wrestling, I'm telling you, get this book. It goes from the early starts from like the carnival days. Then it goes into how each major country got its start. So Mexico, Puerto Rico, Great Britain, Canada, all that stuff. And then it ties into today. I'm telling you, I read this in about a day and a half maybe. It's a great refresher. But it's funny that you bring up Cologne because their father was a big part in this book, as he should be. I mean, he revolutionized wrestling back down there. But it's funny, too. One of the Cologne brothers was in the Undertaker documentary. He went
Yes,
to,
he was training the Undertaker.
Yeah. So, but shameless plug, get that book. It's a great book.
It sounds like it would be a good book. You should mail it to me so I can quarantine it for 14 days, then read it, and send it back to you to quarantine it for 14 days.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I have no quarantines here.
Brandon asks, where did you get that book?
Amazon. Just go to Amazon. Comic Book Story of Professional Wrestling. Comic Book Story of Professional Wrestling. Yeah, it was cheap too. I think I paid like $11, and it's really good. I might start getting into comics. I don't know. But I don't really like. I mean, I like Marvel movies, but I don't like. I'm a weird guy. But I'm telling you, get it, Brandon. It's a good book. You'll like it.
So, just real quick, Martin, are you wearing a Bruin shirt by chance?
Yes.
Mike, what shirt are you wearing?
This is the KO show.
So I went old school today with Christian Cage.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's a great
TNA.
shirt. That's a great shirt right there.
Oh, I've had this shirt probably almost as long as Martin's been alive.
Man, I was wearing another shirt, but it has vulgar language on it, and I figured you wouldn't want that on here, so I changed.
I mean, when me and Nick go at it, we start swearing at each other, so it is
That's
what
true.
it is.
Seeing that word just right there, yeah, no.
Yeah, for the whole show, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you know.
So we're 20 minutes into an hour and 40-minute episode.
See, this is why we need Nick now. I love Jake. I love Martin. But Nick is
I have
just,
no
he has
structure.
that energy. Yeah. Nick just has it all down to a T. He just goes and goes. He's great. So this is probably going to be a different one. And I'm here, which is rare nowadays now that I'm back to working. But I'm here. So I'll try to keep Jake in line as much as I can. But I don't think it's going to work.
No. I don't plan the wrestling show at all. This is actually Nick's show. So I'm just here for the ride. And then Nick at the last minute tells me, hey, I can't do it tonight. And like, that's fine. I wish you'd give me a little more than 2 hours notice. But it is what it is. And I'm making it work. So we're going to go in. Yeah, I mean, hey, we've made it 20 minutes and the place isn't on fire yet. We're doing good. So we're going to move straight into something we had just brushed on with Chris Hero's. Ring of Honor is starting tapings again. And my computer won't work, so I can't bring up the exact dates or anything.
I gotcha.
I don't know what's going on with my computer right now, but what's even funnier about this is I'm not going to be able to end the show at the end of the show.
It's true. We're just going to keep it on a loop. I'm probably going to end up playing Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, you guys can watch me play Grand Theft Auto if you want. I'm watching my girl's dog. It doesn't do much, but you can, watch me do that.
It doesn't do much.
It just sits there. He's a good dog. He's getting old, but he's my kind of dog, man. He eats, shits, and sleeps. I'm like, that's all I need. Let's see.
So,
with this,
what do we got for dates?
This is Ring of Honor. With the safety, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't need that. Will return to producing, new episodes of Ring of Honor Wrestling television program this August 2020 in the home state of Maryland. Ring of Honor will adhere to a very stringent protocol as well as the regulations set in place by the Maryland State Athletic Commission. So this month. It doesn't give an exact date, though. Did you read something that gave an exact date?
No, I didn't. I assumed there was an exact date, but I did not see an exact date.
Yeah, no, it just says it's going to start, return August. Let me read this one really quick.
I mean, it was only a matter of time. They are one of the quote-unquote major companies in America.
Mm-hmm.
Impact never stopped. AEW never stopped. And WWE never stopped.
The only one we got left is NWA.
I think NWA is going to be the last one. I think we're going to see MLW before NWA.
I agree. And now that New Japan, even though it's not America, but New Japan's starting to do their thing again too. So it was only a matter of time.
Yep.
But yeah,
I think New Japan's also doing the American Cup at the end of the month.
Really?
And I think from what was said in our group chat, Tama Tonga?
Yeah, I believe so.
Shaved?
I can't watch New Japan. It upsets me seeing, I don't know. I miss crowds. I miss crowds so much. Like,
well, doesn't
even
Japan have crowds back?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I'm not a huge New Japan fan. I mean, I know the people. I'm just not a big fan of it. So even if I wanted to watch it, like, I'm just gonna get upset that New Japan has fans and AEW, WWE, and America can't, because America, whatever. Let's not get political. But
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, exactly. But just watching baseball, I mean, I love it with no crowd, but it's like, man, wish I could. I don't know.
Baseball is actually more entertaining with no crowd. Whereas wrestling, they have to have the crowd.
Yeah. And what WWE and AEW are doing with their people in the crowd, it gets old after a while. Seeing the same people, it's even like at Full Sail in NXT, like you do see the same people in the crowd, but I feel like they do it, like, I think when they used to do their tapings, they would have everyone like move, like at the end of the tapings, they would have people like switch seats and stuff.
So the thing about AEW is at one point, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had a physical actual crowd. It was every other row, every other seat. and every
Really?
other section. So what we saw down near the ring wasn't everybody that was there.
I mean, when
I
you
am
look
getting-
at those arenas, go ahead. I'm sorry. What were we saying?
Sorry, I'm getting back on the actual host right now, so we're good. There we
Let's
go.
see. I mean,
Okay.
when you look at those arenas, like even watching baseball, me and my father were talking about this. You could easily fit people in there and still make it safe. Obviously, groups, if you're a family or you come together, you're going to sit together. But like you said, you don't even have to do every other seat. Just do every other row, and you could do, one, skip three, one, skip three. Like, it's pretty simple. And if everyone's wearing face coverings and they're doing their stupid that don't mean anything temperature checks at the door, I feel like they could easily fill things in. Now, I know it's going to be tough having, people can't really travel like that, but you can't, go to different states, but it's something. I mean, it would be something.
Just today, a couple of pictures started circulating from a concert in the UK, and I quote, a socially distanced concert. It was metal platforms, where you can have up to 5 people from the same social bubble at the concert. Now, I don't know if you know anything about concerts in the UK,
No.
but specifically in like Newcastle and Leeds and Manchester, those venues are literally huge. And without social distancing, they can hold up to 100,000 to 120,000 people.
I believe it.
One of the most famous music festivals, Download Festival, happens in Manchester, UK every year. Now, you now have, and the picture itself is kind of, like, it throws you off. So you have just perfect rows of these metal places for people to sit. Now, would a wrestling event be able to pull that off in, let's say, a Gillette Stadium or any sort of other football stadium?
I'm trying to look up the picture to see how it looks.
I think I think that could work.
I got it.
You got it?
Oh, I see. So it's kind of like risers for
Press
a
the
section.
screen share button, and I'll pop it up.
Wait,
So
what?
people
I
can
don't know
understand
what
what we're talking about. So where are you on? Are you on
I just
your laptop?
Yeah, it says Vulture. Vulture.com.
So yeah. Go back to StreamYard real quick.
Oh no, I'm on StreamYard on my phone.
Okay, on your phone at the bottom. Oh, you're not gonna have that option. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're on Vulture.com.
Yeah, just look up UK concert on Google. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Got it.
Just look up UK concert and it'll pop up.
So what do you think about that, Martin? Going into a football arena, do you think wrestling could pull it off?
Yeah, because as long as they're safe, they're distant, and they have face masks, I think it's possible.
So yeah, there we go. Do.
Oh yeah, speaking
So
of
we're gonna.
concerts. So speaking of concerts, I heard people saying stuff about Chris Jericho, and he's been doing some concerts as well.
So there it is. That's the look of the social distancing concert. Now
That works.
each one of those little platforms is specifically going to be somebody from the same social circle. So like, if we're all in the same social circle, we're all there together. So we can sit together. And then you see how much space is there. Now, that's a far cry away from the 100,000 people that these venues are used to, but this is still the music industry restarting. Now, you put a wrestling ring on that stage, and it might not work as well because the wrestling ring has to be in the middle. Let's say you put it in the middle of that field and build it around. How doable is that?
I mean, it's kind of tough though because I feel like that would only work in an outside venue or a venue that they pretty much like get rid of all of the seats, kind of, like they can move seats or remove seats. Because how are you gonna do that in like, Full Sail? How could you really do that? So it's kind of, I like it. I love that idea because even when I go to a concert, because I hate people, or like when I go to a wrestling show, like it's mostly me and my cousin, and we try to find somewhere by ourselves. I don't want to be near people. So for me, like I would love that, but at a wrestling show indoors, it's kind of tough.
So we got a good couple of things for a couple rumors from Brandon here. Two rumors that he came across over the last few days. We'll start with this first one. A new Wyatt family with Strowman, Bliss, and The Fiend. I almost think that's too obvious.
Really?
First off,
wait, really?
With the way that storyline's going, yes. Oh, absolutely. Because you're going to have The Fiend, his whole gimmick here is that he's regressing people, so to speak. Going back to what they were. Look at the John Cena thing. John Cena went through his entire history, and we haven't seen him since, so we don't know what the outcome is. But you have Strowman, let's put him back now, and the only thing he has in his entire history is being a member of the Wyatt family. And then a bunch of filler.
He won that trophy. That's a big thing.
The Andre the Memorial Giant Battle, whatever.
I don't even
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Talk about that one in Saudi. No, I agree. I don't know. I don't want that.
The Saudi one.
The greatest Royal Rumble, something like that?
Yeah, that one. The first one.
The one where Titus O'Neil tripped into the under the ring. Yeah.
That one.
60 people or something like that. Yeah. I don't want that. I don't leave my Wyatt family alone. It was great for what it was. I don't want. It's weird seeing, not weird. It's cool to me seeing Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt because I think when I started drinking a Diet Coke, so now I'm all trying to burp and shit. But when they were talking a while ago about like who Sister Abigail should be, I think Alexa Bliss, her name like always came up. I think it was her and maybe somebody else, but Alexa Bliss's name came up a lot. So I do like that kind of pairing, unless this is just Alexa Bliss, like, doing the whole Daniel Bryan thing, like getting sweet on him and then betraying him in some way. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of a new Wyatt family. I'm just such a mark for the old Wyatt family. I don't want to see any. No, leave it how it is.
So my opinion on that is, I agree. I don't want that to happen. However, I do completely, storyline wise, it would make sense.
I gotcha.
So I'm not against it, but I'm not rooting for it. Now, you just said that Alexa Bliss's name came up multiple times as Sister Abigail. Was this before or after that intergender tag team tournament?
No, this was way before. This was like when Bray had his feud with Randy, I think. Unless I'm thinking of some completely other different person, I'm almost positive that they thought it was going to be Alexa Bliss as Sister Abigail.
Well, my question to piggyback off of that is, how does Alexa Bliss fit into that at that time?
That's why I'm trying to see. I'm trying to make sure it was her. I could be thinking of somebody completely different, but I could have sworn it was. Oh wait, you know what? I think it was Liv. I think this was Liv Morgan.
Yeah, because Liv Morgan is as someone as well.
It was Liv, right? I think it was Liv.
How does Liv Morgan fit in as Sister Abigail?
Well, but they don't have to be a dark character. You could make them a dark character. They don't have to necessarily, Nikki Cross doesn't have to be Sister Abigail. Like, you could take somebody. Hey, stop that. Hey. Sorry, the dog keeps biting stuff. My girl will kill me if she finds it. Anyway.
Aren't you in your own bedroom?
Yeah. No, my girl's in Mexico.
Yeah, I didn't ask where the girl was. I asked where you were.
I'm in my bedroom, yeah. But the dog, So story for everyone. I have my own dog. She's a 100-pound overweight golden retriever. This is like a 20-pound Shih Tzu Lhasa Apso, whatever the hell. And they don't fight, but like this dog wants to sniff my dog, and my dog's never been around other dogs. So they run around, or she tries to chase her. So long story less long, that dog is going to be cooped up in my room for 2 weeks. We're a week in. I think it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, how long are you now?
Oh yeah,
Doesn't she have to come back from Mexico and quarantine for 14 days?
I, I told her. I told her. I don't know. She hasn't heard
I'm
anything,
just
so
saying.
I don't know.
I was gonna say,
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
when she went to Mexico, now obviously it's a different country and there's different regulations. But they didn't say anything. I don't know. Maybe I have no
Also,
idea.
isn't Mexico's border closed to us?
Apparently not. She's there.
I have so many questions about this.
Apparently not.
This is
Yeah, I think
how the
it's-
pandemic continues in America.
She's there. Maybe it's just the airline. Aero Mexico's like, what? No,
Oh,
we're going.
what?
Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
Wait. Does your girlfriend have a very Spanish name?
She's Mexican.
Her name could be Jillian for all I know.
Her last name's Ramirez. What do you?
Oh,
Come on.
oh.
So what I'm hearing is this airline saw a Mexican last name and just said, nope, they're good. Send
Pretty
it.
much. This is the dog.
This show just took a wild turn. Talking Interference Sports. Our good buddies at Talking Interference Sports with It Raises an Eyebrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this dog out. So pause my screen or whatever, but it has to go out. I'm leaving now.
Sounds good. Will do.
Oh.
That was a wild 3 minutes here on Squared Circle Talk.
Agreed.
So, Martin, what do you think overall about? Did you watch Raw this week?
A little bit, but not much.
I know. So, me and you both got sold by that bait and switch last week. We were both
Yes.
there. We both fully invested in Monday Night Raw. And then this week, I didn't watch it all. You watched bits and pieces. What stood out in those bits and pieces that you did watch?
What stood out was Randy Orton and Ric Flair.
Okay. So, and Ethan, bring that comment back up. Bring that comment back up backstage. Ethan over here with Doggo. I mean, if we just need a dog on the show to get more views, I'll bring my Huskies on all day, every time.
Yeah, I mean, so Randy Orton. So I see where this is going, but I see where this is going. But I have a theory. So why would Randy Orton? So why would Randy Orton kick out Ric Flair when he didn't even lose yet?
Yeah, no, I fully agree. She is so unamused by me picking her up right now.
Which one's that one? Which one?
This one is Sadie. It's my smallest husky. But I fully agree. Randy turning on Ric Flair didn't make a whole lot of sense. And Sadie, what do you think?
Yeah, so yes, I heard a rumor from Brian Alvarez, I think it was, that he said that maybe they're trying to swerve us, and they're saying that maybe during Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, maybe Ric Flair comes out and he helps Randy win.
So, Ethan, what do you think? Why do you think it was interesting? What exactly caught your eye about it? While we wait on his response, Brandon, thank you for that awesome comment. I love my dogs to pieces. Thank you. That's my beautiful wife as well.
Yeah, I would have been mine, but I don't think he will come out.
So Brandon just said, Nick, pull it up. Waiting on backstage here. There we go. So when we have a backstage guy, there's a little bit of the backstage guy doesn't know wrestling as well as we do. So, Nick, I'm gonna bring you on real quick. Just say how you doing. Hi. Yeah.
What's going on?
You guys all know Nick from Talking Interference Sports. He's backstage tonight doing all the production. So, it makes sense if Rick helps Randy win the title. Now, Brandon, I'm going to need you to explain to me how that makes sense for Randy to turn on Rick and leave him laid out. Does that make sense to you, Martin?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me because if he lost the title, to Drew McIntyre, I would say I agree with this. But this one, even before this match, I don't agree with this at all. Like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense.
I
Like,
believe
why turn on Rick? Like, why?
Exactly. So if Randy had turned on Rick for Rick to help Drew win, which could very well still happen, then it would make a whole lot of sense. Other than that, I just don't see a point to Randy turning on Rick at all.
Yeah, agreed here.
What else stood out from Monday Night Raw? Like I said, you caught bits and pieces. I caught nothing. Is that it?
I really got nothing because I wanted to watch it. And I was like, maybe not. I don't know.
So with that being said, Mike, what we just talked about real quick was Randy turning on Rick. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, you know what I didn't like? So, sorry, it's hot outside. It's Vegas. It's 150. Remember years ago when they did something? I think it was with Charlotte and Natalia when she was like pretty much like, "I'm glad David's dead" or some shit like that.
Yep.
They towed that line again, and I don't like it. Like, God bless the dead. Let the dead lie. Like, I didn't like the whole when Randy was telling Ray Eddie's not in heaven. I don't like it. I don't like when people talk shit about the dead or use it in storylines. I don't like it. It's weird. I don't know why you would kind of have – stop it. Oh, my God. I don't know why you would have – Rick show up and, kind of be there just for it to end. Like right now, I get you're trying to put Randy over as this, just diabolical, evil person. But I don't know. They did it okay. I mean, it's a low blow and a fake kick. They timed the lights, so, it didn't really show him getting kicked. But I don't know. I just don't like the whole toe in the line of the whole bringing up David again because he was like, "I'm the son you wish you had." And it's like, come on, dude. Like,
no, was that the entire line?
He said something along the lines of, not like, "I am the son that you wish you had," which, if said alone to somebody else, is fine. But even the way the crowd reacted like, "Ooh, come on, dude!" Like, everyone knows about David Flair. Everyone knows what happened. You can't say anything about a son to Ric Flair without people thinking of David Flair. Like, that's just how it is.
If there was just a couple of extra words in that sentence, I don't think I'd have an issue with it. Or a little bit of a tone difference. But Ethan, with one cannot simply talk about Monday Night Raw. Is it Fight Club? Are you not allowed to? The first rule about Fight Club is, well, it literally. You know what? That's a great segue into Raw Underground.
Before I go, it's Reed Flair. David Flair is alive and well. I always get them mixed up. Reed Flair is the one that had passed.
Yeah, it is Reed.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, let's talk about Raw Underground.
All right, so now while you were gone, we established I watched 0 of Monday Night Raw this week after getting bait and switch last week. Martin watched bits and pieces of Monday Night Raw after getting bait and switched last week. So, I followed along just to see what would happen on Raw Underground. And we talked last week also about the credibility of Raw Underground when these guys go back into the actual ring. But we'll put that aside for a second. What are your thoughts on Raw Underground?
So, one of the first things that I said about Raw Underground was the production value, and not saying the lack of production, the overproduction. And we all know that that's WWE's way. WWE will overproduce the shit out of something all the time. When you look at it, their production team, I guess, is arguably the best production team in wrestling. No other, wrestling company can do what the WWE production team can do. But You have the dancers. Why? Why do we need dancers? You have music. Why do we need music? You have Shane.
Were the dancers back for week 2?
No, I didn't see them.
No,
So
I didn't.
I didn't see
I didn't see him.
Okay.
But still, I mean, which, okay, maybe progress. They still had stupid music, like, which is weird. I mean, I don't know. You can have music like while Shane's talking, but I don't know. I just don't like the whole overproduced thing of it. I enjoy it because we see people like Babatunde or whatever the hell his name is now, Dakanubu, whatever the hell they decided to call it, which is stupid. Babatunde was a great name. We saw Dio Madden, even though he got killed by Shelton Benjamin, which kind of sucks. But we see Dio. We saw Eric from, the War Raiders. I'll still call them War Raiders. So it's okay. I know what you were saying about how, you have these guys finish matches in 5 seconds and then they can't. I don't see it like that. Because the level of competition that they're facing, this isn't Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre. This is Dolph Ziggler versus local talent A, pretty much. So I don't see it that way. I don't understand. I know that I when they're saying that this is the brainchild of Shane McMahon, that's true. Shane actually, back in the day, I think he wanted to turn WCW into a kind of UFC style thing.
Yep.
So, all right, fine, but the timing of it's weird, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I don't say I love it, but I don't hate it.
So my thing about Raw Underground, predominantly, is that it's just overproduced, like you said. If you're going to give me this Fight Club-esque feel, give me the full Fight Club.
Exactly.
Give me no production. Give me raw video. But the issue is, we're 2 weeks in. They recorded both of these episodes of Monday Night Raw last week. So nothing from the feedback will change from last week to this week. But next week is when we're going to see something change, if anything changes.
If anything.
And with Shane McMahon at the helm, I expect something to change. Because Shane McMahon actually gives a shit. And if he does actually have full control over this, it's going to change.
Yeah,
yes, we both. I know that look.
Jake.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
This is WWE, buddy.
Yeah,
there's only one McMahon.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, maybe this could work. At first, I thought it could be a tournament or something like that. But then when I realized it was not, I was like, okay, maybe. But then after watching it, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot.
That's another question that I have is, what's the point of this? Is there a title? Is there?
I was about to say, which leads into how long until we get a Raw Underground Championship?
Which, Jesus, just we don't know. So wait, did you watch any of it this week?
This week,
Raw
no.
Underground. So
nope.
One person that was on there, I don't know if you saw this, was Shayna Baszler.
I did see that.
Yeah, so she came in and no one wanted to fight her, so she pulled some random person in, and then it was a 3-on-1 type thing. So, I mean, it's good to see Shayna. I mean, she was already getting TV time with the whole Asuka Sasha thing, but I don't know. They had Riddick Moss on there. Riddick Moss was on there, which, okay, whatever. I think those were the 2
weeks
months.
in, I'm kind of bored with Underground. Again, 2 weeks is definitely not enough time to fully give it time to digest. Especially because in that 2 weeks, nothing's going to change. I'm pissed off that they bait and switch me with Shane McMahon is coming back with this revolutionary blah, 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 blah. No, this isn't revolutionary. I expected so much more out of Shane McMahon than he's just running a Fight Club.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a tournament or something.
Is it revolutionary in the wrestling world? No. But is it revolutionary in the WWE world? It may be. I mean, WWE don't do things like this. I mean, WWE tries to keep away from the whole fighting thing. We're not fighting. We're not wrestling. We're entertainment. So who knows? I mean, like I said, it goes back to the whole thing that this was Shane's idea years and years and years ago before he even left the company at first. So maybe Vince was just like, "Oh, we need something to do." Shane, yeah, whatever the fuck he says. I hate him.
Yeah. Do
I
you?
hate him so much. Dude.
That self-revelation through that entire conversation
I
was
hate him.
perfect. Just, oh, I hate him.
I can't
Oh, I
stand
hate him.
him so much, dude.
We lost.
Like, I
Martin.
don't- you know
There
what?
we go.
He's here. Even if we have time, because I'm about to go on like a little time. I don't understand how a man. I just don't understand, like, how he can look at everything that his company's doing and look at the ratings. AEW beat Raw in the 18 to 49 demographic this week. Do we know this? 18 to 49. AEW, that small little rinky-dink little fucking promotion over there, beat the flagship promotion of the biggest and best in quotes, because they're not, wrestling company in the world. And Vince McMahon's like, nah, it's okay. We know what they want. They don't know what they want. We know what they want. Let's keep, dude, you don't. You do not know what we want. You don't know what you want. You don't know what your talent wants. You throw money at people and they stay, and I guarantee you the morale, if this was a video game, morale would be at a 10. I guarantee you. People can say whatever they want. Leave, dude. Retire. Put your son-in-law, who made NXT what it is, put him in charge, and just let's see what happens. If you hate it, then come out of retirement and take over again. I don't care. I don't like Vince. He's great. What he did for the wrestling world is unparalleled. It's unparalleled to anything in there. He revolutionized wrestling. But it's not 1990 anymore. It's 2020, guy. Like, we got to do something.
So
yeah, unfortunately, Vince won't do that.
Tell me about it.
my question for you on this one, we have the interesting question on the ratings. And I forget where I saw this first, but I want to know your opinion, both of you. We all know that AEW destroys WWE in the 18 to 49 demographic specifically. That begs the question of how many of those people that are 50 plus, where WWE is dominating the demographic, really just somebody from the 18 to 49 demographic still living with their parents.
Damn, dude, you taking my takes? I don't know. So you probably didn't see it in the group chat. That's exactly what I said. I
did
said
not.
that exact. Yeah, no, I trust me. I know you didn't. I don't think you would do that on purpose. But, and it's not whatever. But that's exactly what I said. Like, I'm in the 18 to 49 demographic. I live at home. Like, how do they? First of all, I live at home. Second of all, I don't watch anything live. I tape everything because I'm at work and I come home and watch it then. So
I do have the answer for that. If
Yeah,
you
please
watch
tell
it
me.
within 12 hours, it counts towards the ratings.
But how do they know? Like, how do they know who's watching what? Like,
Because
there's three people in my
cable
household.
companies, the cable companies start. First off, they don't know who's in your household. It's whoever owns the actual box. So if if the cable is in your parents' name, it's them watching. End of story.
And it's not. Like, the cable's in
Exactly.
my name. So according to them, the 18, but my parents are not in the 18 to 49 demographic. They watch wrestling. So I don't know. I don't like Nielsen ratings. I think they're kind of nah.
They're
I mean,
easily
it's-
skewed.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's all we have to go off of. And I brought up the ratings because, I mean, it's all we have. You know, we don't have something that we can say is, you know, not easily skewed. It's foolproof. This is what it is. We don't have that. That's all we have our ratings to go based off of.
I fully agree. And like in my house, I own the cable box, but my mom watches Hallmark movies.
Exactly.
So you're telling me now that the 18 to 49 demographic is watching Hallmark movies.
Right. Exactly.
But in reality, it's my 60-year-old mother.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's like I said, it's too easily skewed. You can fudge those, and on a mass scale, especially in wrestling, that number is easily skewed. So you take my household, for example, that's going to be all over the country.
Right.
Maybe opposite, because like you said, you live with your parents. But is the cable box in your name, or?
Yeah, no, it's in my name.
Okay, so a lot of people in this millennial generation have not moved out of mom and dad's yet.
Right.
They still actively don't pay for their own cable.
Right.
So we can't gauge how many people in what age group are actually watching what program because it's too finicky.
Right. And I mean, if you look at AEW's crowd, the majority of them, excuse me, the majority of AEW's crowd, I would hazard to say, are between 25 and 35, maybe in that little thing. 25 to 35 are people that most of them have their own household and stuff like that. And another question that I have is it just based off of household? It doesn't matter if there's 10 TVs in the house, it's just household?
It's number of cable boxes on the channel. So if you have 3 cable boxes all on AEW, it counts as 3 viewers.
Huh. That's still strange too, because I could have 3 different demographics in the house.
Exactly. Like I said, it's easily skewed.
Yeah.
There's no good way to get the ratings, but the ratings are super important for obvious reasons.
Right, as they should be, but because that's all we have. We don't have anything else. Like you said, that's all we got.
We don't have crowds. Crowds can't tell us right now.
No, that's right. Martin, what do you think about ratings?
Numbers?
How much?
Yeah.
How much? What do you think about ratings, Martin?
Yeah. It's kind of hard right now to see which. Yeah, these ratings right now are the most important thing because you got no crowd. So I agree with that. And the 18 to 45, I think. Yeah.
49.
So it's 40. Yeah, 49. Yeah. It's hard to tell because you got a lot of cable boxes.
Also, why is there only 3 different demographics? One demographic doesn't count because they're children. The other demographic is 18 to 49, and then it's 50 plus. That's all there is for demographics. There's nothing more.
Yeah, it's true.
The demographics really should be broken down. Now, you'll never be able to count the kids. That's not – they're never going to own their own cable box, blah, 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 blah. That's unrealistic. But it really should be broken down from 18 to 29, 30 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, and so on and so forth. I hope not many people are watching anything after 100.
Well, hey, you never know. Did you know, did you know when you turn 100, you get a call from the president? Did you know that?
I don't know if I believe that.
I'm telling that. Look it up. I'm pretty sure, unless the guy lied to me, and I mean, he told me good weed. I'm just kidding. I don't smoke. Anyway, I'm looking it up. I'm telling you, if I'm wrong, then I'll admit I'm wrong. But I don't even think you have to do that. I mean, you don't have to go. I think 60 plus, or 65 plus. I do agree with you. 18 to 29, 29 to 30, or 30 to 39, whatever it is. I agree. I don't think there should be there's two demographics pretty much.
You get a card you have to inquire for it, but you get a greeting card from the president for it's in the United States. Centenarians traditionally receive a letter from the president congratulating them for their longevity.
Oh, so a letter. That's
kind of wild. I'm going to be honest, I never knew that.
Yeah, see, you learn every day. It's kind of cool, though.
1% of the U.S. population makes it to 100. So,
hey,
that's actually
that's why
that's actually
that's
awesome.
why they didn't do 65. I think it's dope. I think it's cool.
Make it to 65, get the letter from the president, die the next day. No big deal.
That's that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for my letter.
I just wanted my letter from the president.
Make sure you put this in my casket, Bob.
I can guarantee you anybody that is on this show does not make it to 100.
Oh, I'm not making it to 40. What are you talking about?
Aren't you already halfway there, at least?
I'm halfway to 50.
Same.
Sorry,
Actually,
I said
more than halfway to 50.
I'm 26. When I turned 25, I said I'm a quarter dead. I'm a quarter way to death.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm also 26. Martin, how old are you?
24.
Oh,
you know what? You're older than I thought you were.
I don't know if that's is that a compliment or?
I don't know. It's a backhanded compliment.
Oh, Jesus. This is great.
We have
this
fun
is
on
what
this
I
show.
missed.
So what? Me putting my foot in my mouth. Just
Yeah.
ask my wife. I do it every day.
Yeah. No, but
So what else? And our backstage guy is back. Just letting him know that I can see him there. I see you. I see you. So what else from Monday Night Raw from the man that watched Raw this week should we talk about?
oh man, you're asking the guy with the horrible memory. Oh, Dominic. Let's talk about Dominic Mysterio. So, did you guys see the pictures of Dominic first of all?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I
Man,
did.
Oh man, that dude
was
got.
rough.
Whew. So the way they did it
That
is
must
they
have hurt.
started it. Man, oh, you have to watch it. That's one thing I could say. I was even worried. So they started off as a contract signing. Excuse me. Between Seth obviously and Dominic. Dominic was signing the match contract and a WWE contract, so he's now a part of the WWE roster. They kind of teased because Samoa Joe was the one doing the commentating of it or whatever it is. And they are teasing a Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe feud. So whenever Samoa Joe is back from whatever he's dealing with, I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. But Dominic brought well, let's wait for Martin.
Let's pull Martin off here.
So yeah, that's all right. It happens to me too. Anyway, so Dominic brought a kendo stick to the ring. Seth said that it's pretty much going to be a no DQ match. And then him and Buddy Murphy just teed off on this dude. Man, they put him in the ropes, so like tied his arms up in the ropes like that. And Seth was in the ring, Buddy was out of the ring, and they're just like psh, psh, psh. They must hit him a good like 30 times, man. It was pretty epic. So I don't know. I don't like the adding a no DQ match to it because to me, I want to see Dominic wrestle. I mean, he's been training with, I believe, Lance Storm, somebody else. Some of the great, Lance Storm is incredible. So I want to see him actually just wrestle. I think I understand why they wouldn't want to do that, but Seth runs his own wrestling school too. So what better person to have your first match with than Seth Rollins, who's going to make him look good, hopefully, can help him in the ring, has probably been giving him pointers this whole time. But they threw in the no DQ thing, so maybe we'll see Ray come back. Maybe his contract's still up. Maybe we'll see. Maybe this is how they get Samoa Joe into the mix. Who knows? But that's another thing that happened on Raw.
So this entire storyline bugs me. But first off, why is Dominic Mysterio, who's super green and barely knows what the hell he's doing, going straight to the main roster?
But you don't know that, though.
He's not in NXT.
But you don't know if he doesn't know what he's doing. We haven't seen him actually wrestle. We've seen him do segments and beatdowns and stuff like that. But we don't know what he can do. It doesn't necessarily say you have to go to NXT first and then go to the main roster.
I mean, especially if you're green, you probably should.
Yeah, I agree with that one because he's probably still green. He might be a little green because we don't know what he's like yet.
But this is the way I look at it, right? He's 23 years old, right? Dominic Mysterio is 23 years old. He grew up in the wrestling business. His father is, what Samoa Joe said, is the greatest luchador in wrestling history, probably. He probably started wrestling at around 13, if we're going to be honest. With his dad teaching him, they did say, he's been trained by Lance Storm, his father, obviously, and Jay Lethal. So 3 great wrestlers that have been training him since probably 13 years old. So for about 10 years. It's not an actual match that we've seen. He could have had matches, just training matches or whatever. We don't know if he's green. He's green in the sense of he hasn't wrestled a match, but he may not be that green. He may be safe. He may know how to do stuff. He may not be as green as you think he is. And I don't think he is. I don't. Because I don't think Seth Rollins or any wrestler for that matter would get in the ring in a match with somebody with a chance to get hurt if they didn't trust that person. That's how I look at it.
Just going to bring this up real quick.
All right,
I
I'll
like
be back. I'll be
I
back.
like that.
Yep, no worries.
I don't think I like that.
You don't like having a stalker on show already?
I don't like that. My girl will find you. No,
Do
but
you-
I
do you
don't. I
not-
don't like it.
Do you not know who that was? First of all, do you
No,
not
I
know who
don't.
that was? Oh,
Who is
perfect. We're not going to tell you then.
Oh no, I gotta find out now.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry
Oh.
about it.
No, I know who that is. Well, never mind. You're handsome too, buddy. Now I know. His picture just popped up on my laptop, so it's a lot bigger.
Oh, that makes sense. So who was the last person to go straight to the main roster to debut?
You had AJ.
So AJ. Yeah, exactly. It's AJ and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. So you're telling me you want me to believe that AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio are on the same level because they got to skip NXT?
Not what I said at all. I didn't say that.
No, that's not
But
what you're
I'm-
saying. But that's
Oh,
what
I
the
got you.
WWE is implying. You
But-
have to be this
Yeah.
good to skip NXT. Therefore, AJ Styles gets to skip NXT. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows get to skip NXT. Dominic Mysterio gets to skip NXT.
But they kind of did that to themselves because they put him in that storyline. So they put him in that storyline. Let's say they put him in that storyline and then they just send him back to NXT. You don't think you would be asking, well, where the hell is Dominic? Why is he still not here?
No,
You never
honestly,
know.
if they do send him back to NXT after this storyline is said and done, I'm okay with it. End of story.
Right.
Cool, fine.
And that's what I was going to
But
say.
we both
This
know
may
that's not
be a
gonna
way to
happen.
get him there.
No,
It
we
may.
both know it's not going to happen.
If let's say that Seth just puts this crazy beating on him, or let's say, I mean, I don't think they will. I don't even know. I don't know if you give him the win or if you don't give him the win. But this could be a way. Maybe this is a way of, hey, you know what? Let's give him a big storyline right now. He'll lose, and then we're gonna put him in NXT. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all because I feel like Vince is a lot of things, and I don't like him, but I don't think he's stupid in that way. Like, if he felt that Dominic wasn't safe enough, I don't think he would do that. I don't. And I don't think Seth would either. Seth has his own teachings.
Vince only cares about money, and the last name Mysterio in wrestling is money.
Yeah, but what are they doing now? They're not selling any tickets. They're not selling any pay-per-views.
Well, we couldn't predict that. We couldn't predict COVID. And now COVID has digressed a lot of plans. I highly doubt the original plan for this entire storyline was going to be Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio in an eye-for-an-eye match, leading to Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. No, that's unrealistic. That only happened because of COVID.
Yeah, I feel speaking of Mysterio, I feel that if it wasn't for his son, Ray would be out of the company right now. He'd be joining AEW.
There's still a chance that might happen, actually.
Really?
AEW has matched the contract offer the WWE has made to Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, but then I heard that they signed the contract.
No contract, as of my last knowing, has been signed.
Oh, all right.
Brandon's got to take on Dominic, and he's going to leave it for next week. Why you got to hold out on us? Why you got to do that to us? We have Mike here this week. What better time? Nick isn't here. Mike's here. It's the best time to give your take on Dominic Mysterio.
I want to hear it. I definitely want to hear it.
All day. So, I'm just catching up on all my stuff here. There we go. Got it. Facebook's a fun place, you know?
So, I just found this out. Take everything I said. Dominic started training at age 19, so he's only been training for 4 years. But I'm just going to read this really quick. This is what Rey Mysterio said, and it is his son. He's not going to say his son's, he's just not getting it. But what Rey Mysterio said is, quote, "At first, right off the bat, I did see that he had something special because he was picking up everything as it came along. He wasn't falling behind. You would explain something to him once, twice, and he would jump right on it and continue and get ready for whatever else he was learning. overall, I see him, and he's a very special case. I truly believe wrestling is in his DNA. I think he's gonna be fine. I'm telling you, there are still people in NXT that are green that you could tell like that are just green. There's people in WWE that I would still say are green. I think Braun is still green in some ways. I really do.
I think we've seen the best of Braun. I don't think he's getting any better.
Yeah, Braun's boring to me. I don't get it.
Brandon likes Nick better.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm taking Brendan off my friends list. He's not going to be my friend anymore.
Oh, yep. Shit's getting real now.
You don't get to see nothing. I don't care.
But as I was saying, yeah, I think realistically, and it's really due to Braun's size, you get to that point with these big guys, the Big Show, Braun, they really just hit their plateau. And there's nothing more they really bring to the table. And I think we've already seen that from Braun because he hasn't brought anything new to the table since he was in the Wyatt family.
You could blame WWE for that, though, because they should have pulled the trigger on him at least a year ago. You know, like
I agree. But
they
didn't pull the trigger on him. Go ahead.
They missed the mark when he was red hot. They missed the mark right there.
Even so, Kofi Kingston was red hot and had a dud of a title run. I think Braun Strowman would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah, but no, I don't, because Kofi, he had a dud of a title run, but you got to look at that time too. Like they were just transitioning into Fox. They wanted a big name. I mean, they bring Brock Lesnar on SmackDown. He wins the title in 12 seconds, whatever the hell it was. So I think that's a difficult time. Also considering the fact that Kofi was never supposed to, be there. We all know Vince hates it when people get over on their own. You don't get over on your own. I.e. Daniel Bryan. Like, it still took them a long-ass time to put the title on Daniel Bryan. So I don't know. I think Braun, I think he's, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough because you have big guys, and Keith Lee isn't as big as Braun, but you have guys like Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic who are big guys, but they still innovate their character. They still do things that you don't see. Braun is kind of like John Cena on steroids. He has a few moves. He's not going to deviate from that. And that's it. We'll see what he's doing now. I mean, he had that, promo on SmackDown where he's like, "You've now made the monster," or whatever the hell. Who knows? That could be anything. But I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of Braun Strowman. Never really was.
I think John Cena, Vince is not a big fan of big guys being the face of the title picture. That's being the face and giants, so to speak, not the big muscular. Of course, we all know he loves big muscular, chiseled guys. But where I was going with this, I think John Cena has turned into the Nickelback of the wrestling industry, where we all hate. Yeah, exactly. We all hate Nickelback, but we don't have a good reason to hate Nickelback. Their music slaps. John Cena had his 5 moves of doom because that's all a good face needs. You need to get the crowd behind you, and you need to win the match. That's it.
Yeah. And let it be known, John Cena did have more than 5 moves. Let's just let that be known. He did.
He just, towards the last 5-10 years, he didn't need them because he had those quote-unquote 5 moves of doom.
Exactly.
But they got the crowd going, and that's what the face is supposed to do. Get the crowd behind you, get the love, get the admiration, and finish the match. That's it. So if you hate Cena, that's on you. That's my
I never understood the Cena hate. I mean, you want him to turn heel. Okay, yeah, that would be great, but look at that, man. You know how much money this man brings that company? Like, do you know the amount of money off of Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff that alone is, man, I mean, I don't know. I always liked him. Did they kind of shove him down our throats? Yeah, but with WWE, that's going to happen. It's the face of the company.
You have to.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So
it boils down to, if you hate John Cena, you don't understand the wrestling industry.
Well, it's that simple. Business, yeah. That's a business.
Yeah,
right.
The entire business. You don't understand how the wrestling business works if you
Right.
hate John Cena for the way the WWE handled him.
Absolutely.
It is that simple. End of story. That's
I
my
agree.
rant on that. Now, is there anything else? Was the Hurt Business on Raw Underground at all this week?
No.
So what the hell was the point of them taking over last week? How does that make
Absolutely
sense?
nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh man, this company gives me a fucking brain aneurysm.
Yeah. Which sucks because I like the Hurt Business, man. I love what they're doing with them.
They're too 50-50 booking for me.
What is this I see? Continue
Like,
with
I can't do 50-50 booking anymore.
Oh, it's ruined. It's ruining things. There was one match on Raw that 50-50 booking just ruined. I forgot what. I think it was Apollo and Shelton Benjamin. I think Shelton beat Apollo, and it's like, why? Like, what does Shelton gain? Like, I don't know.
What does Apollo gain from losing? Like, if you're not
Yeah.
making your opponent look better, you're doing it wrong. It's that simple. I'm trying to go back in me and Mike's chat from earlier to find out what other topics we had. Give me 1 second. There we go.
I'm trying to look up what MVP said about this.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Nah, it's old. Go ahead. We're good.
So, is it the Nexus all over again? What are we talking about? The Hurt Business, I don't believe, is Nexus.
I think it was.
I think that's going to be Retribution, which we spent the first 20 minutes on Retribution today. So I don't think we need to go back and talk about that again. So let's move into AEW heels. Mike, did you do any research on this after we talked about it?
I did, and I don't understand it. I don't get it.
So
I don't know. Martin, do you know about? Well, go ahead. I want to hear what Martin.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I heard something about women is something in Elevate either. All I know is Brandy is a part of it, and she deactivated her Twitter. That's all I know.
All right. So, okay, Brian, I have not heard from you in a little bit of time. Where have you been, my friend? I like getting into my arguments with you. I've missed you, buddy. If a wrestler can't get over by losing, then they just can't get over. Losing shouldn't determine if you get over. Brian understands the business. You don't have to win to get over.
You don't have to win, but you got to look good. You got to look
That's
at
it.
least.
You have to look good. You have to be able to be a good heel or be a good face, whether you win or not. End of
Just
story.
look convincing. Just look convincing and you're fine.
Exactly. The crowd gets behind you if you're convincing enough.
Yep. I think heels should lose most of the time. Well, not most of the time, but good heels should lose. I mean, eventually. A lot of times, I don't know. But I agree with that.
Well, okay, so that depends on what kind. WWE has always been a face territory. Therefore, the face is always going to be at the top of the company. And if their heel is at the top of the company, it's just so the face can knock them off the pedestal. That's it. That's the business. Whereas WCW was a heel territory. So it was the exact opposite. You're building up faces to take out, for the heel to take out. End of story. Now, back to AEW heels. Brian coming back out of nowhere sent me on another little tangent. I appreciate you, Brian. I've missed you for a couple weeks. So, AEW heels is basically a women's wrestling community space without all the sexist, misogynist, any of those guys there saying anything. It was billed as a safe space for women to go to talk wrestling, do wrestling, talk about whatever with Q&As. I think the first Q&A was with Aubrey Edwards about, I think it was something random. I don't remember the exact topic. Brandy Rhodes was on Busted Open the day they announced it. 30 minutes after they announced it, she was on for a half an hour. Not once did she mention that it would cost money.
That's my
Not once in the intro. in the press conference did she mention that it would cost money? Now, also, can I just tell you, listening to Brandy Rhodes, yeah, it's $50 per the year.
$50.
But can I just tell you, listening to Brandy Rhodes talk for a half an hour with the way she awkwardly pauses her sentences drove me up a wall. Oh, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I think AEW heels could be a great asset to women in general. But the way it was sold was god-awful.
I want to hear I want to hear what because I want to hear what Martin has to say because I don't know how I feel about this. So I hear what you say. I want to hear what Martin says about this before I make my opinion.
Go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, I think the idea is there. The good idea is there. It could work, but the problem is, it's $50 for a year. That's a lot. That's a lot right there. And I don't know what they're offering. Like, what are you offering?
Okay, first off, this isn't marketed to us. Last time I checked, none of us are girls. We don't. Our opinion literally is irrelevant on the product itself. But if you can't justify as a woman $50 a month to a safe space for women wrestling fans, but you can justify $9.99 a month for the WWE Network.
But okay, and this is like you said, I'm not a female. I don't know what female wrestling fans want. Okay. But excuse me, with the WWE Network, I am getting something that I can do. I can sit down, I can watch the WWE Network. I can watch the WWE Network probably all year for a full 365 days and probably still have more to watch. Okay. I don't know what this heels thing is. Like, is it so the way I see it is it's a paid female only wrestling Twitter. That's what it seems like to me.
That's not what it is.
So what is like I don't get it. I don't understand what it is.
Hang on, I am pulling it up right now.
And why brand oh my god.
So AEW Heels, the new female-focused wrestling community led by Brandy Rhodes and the stars of AEW's women division, today announced the launch of its new fan membership. Okay, so by the way, this entire website has changed since the first time I looked at it.
Oh, there's an actual website.
Yes.
I saw that.
The entire website is completely different than what it was at launch. So they have what? Oh, okay. The Brandy Rhodes Woman app or whatever came out of nowhere, also $50 a month. It's not $50 a month, Brian. It's $50 a year. So what is that, like 7, maybe less? I don't know. I'm not good at math in public. I don't do math in public, guys. But yeah, it's 50 months a year. They have events. They have random posts. They have random chats with wrestling fans. Yeah, I mean, for the fact that they won't let me click on anything without signing up. Okay, here it is. Is designed to celebrate and inspire our female fans around the world. AEW Heels is dedicated to making the best time ever to be a female wrestling fan. Be who you are and come as you are, because we're all going to come together as a community to change the world.
Okay, but I can sign up for this. Like I can go in here right now, unless they ask for an ID. But then again, how are you gonna? I can sign up for this right now, and you don't think there's gonna be trolls out there that are gonna either sign up for this just to be dicks or find a way to get in there with? I don't know. I like it, okay, and I do agree. Female wrestling fans, being a female wrestling fan is difficult. I'm not gonna say that it's not, because male wrestling fans. All right, wait, $5. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. So $5 a month, but male wrestling fans can be ridiculous. I'm not gonna sit here and not me, because I'm a respectable gentleman. But if you're on Twitter and you see like female wrestlers can't say anything look at all the hate that Paige got. Paige got so much hate for no reason. People just love to hate Paige for no reason. She's a wonderful woman and people hate on her. And this isn't me being a white knight. You stop that. This isn't me being a white knight. This is me being a man and just being like, why? Now, I don't like Brandy Rhodes. I don't like her for a reason. I just don't like her. There's a reason, and I'm not going to get into it because I've gone into it so many times. I just don't get what this is. I'm sorry. Like, I did the research. I looked into it. I just don't understand what I don't get it. I just don't understand. Maybe it's
Mike,
like
we got 35 minutes to
catered
fill.
me.
We got 35 minutes to fill. We need you to get into why you don't like Brandy Rhodes again.
Because I don't think she has any talent. I don't. Now, I'm not saying that talent is what she can kick my ass. There's no doubt about it. But they put her on AEW every week. Like, here, do this, do this, do this. Her and Dustin, I believe they had like real heat in real life. They did not like each other. And then now she's like, you're my brother. Like, okay, dude, like, I understand that this is kayfabe, but I don't know. I just feel like AEW, if her last name wasn't Rhodes, we wouldn't see this much of her. And she's the EVP or the Brandy, whatever, chief Brandy officer. I don't get it. I think they're just trying to find ways to keep her name relevant. That's all. I just think she's a very self-centered person, and she doesn't hear the word no often. And that's just what I think. I could be totally wrong. And I'm not saying she's not a good person. I'm sure she's a wonderful person. I'm sure of it because I've seen what she did with Dusty and how she was taking care of and all that stuff. I don't know. That's just me. I just don't. I never really liked her on screen. Like I said, on screen as a person in the wrestling business. Outside personal wise, I don't know.
Yeah,
Mario, what do you think about that?
So on to what you were saying about Twitter, wrestling fans are some of the worst people sometimes. Like, you can like I love wrestling, but yeah, I agree with you. Wrestling fans can be brutal.
Yeah, I tend to stay away from wrestling fans when quote unquote shit hits the fan with anything. Like right now, the big thing is Ray Phoenix was punching himself in the face on Dynamite.
So?
And the internet is blowing it up.
Why?
Because it shows how fake it is. In reality, you should be blaming the AEW Dynamite production team for showing that angle where you can clearly see him punching himself in the face and not his opponent.
Wait, what? I didn't.
It was on AEW Dark today.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, it just happened. But the internet's blowing it up.
Of course.
They don't need to blow it up. Like, we all get it. We all know it's a fake entertainment sport. Shit happens.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. Like, that's just a whole bunch of, like, that's kids shit. I'm talking about the being a female wrestler or a female wrestling fan in today's age, where all of these assholes and idiots that, not even going to say it, but they have a voice, and there's many like them. Like, these people all together can come together and attack somebody like Paige. Why? Because she had a sex tape. Grow, like, excuse my French, grow the fuck up, dude. Like, come on. It was her personal life. She didn't put this out on her Twitter. Like, the shit got hacked. All right, leave the woman alone. She's not.
I'm gonna be honest.
Anybody.
I can't sit here and bash somebody like Paige when people like Ashley Mazzaro, Maria Kanellis, and Maurice were all in Playboy back when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But now this new generation all of a sudden can't be naked?
Yeah.
What?
That's another thing too.
How does that even make sense?
It doesn't.
We got another comment from Brian Defoe here. There it is. There he is. Most wrestling fans are guys. Yes, there are girl wrestling fans. However, most fans are dudes. Plus, for AEW, it's even more guy fans. So the whole app just for women seems pointless. They could use it to build girls fans. However, there will always be more guy fans than girls. I fully agree. Almost everything he just said right there. However, the one part I have is they could use it to build girls fans. No, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I can. I mean, in a way. In another hand, I would say that if you're a female watching wrestling, or like you're already watching wrestling, I don't think I don't know. Like this caters to female wrestling fans, right? Like this is for the female wrestling fan. This isn't a way to get new people. You know, this isn't a way because people like if my girlfriend sees this, who she watches wrestling only because the guys are cute. So she says, I don't think that, well, no, actually some of
You
them
know,
are
it's
good
exactly what my wife says.
looking. Yeah, she loves Finn Balor. And I'll admit Finn Balor is a beautiful man, but
He is a good-looking dude.
he's a beautiful guy. Anyway, back on point. I love my girlfriend. But anyway, this isn't this isn't a way to get new people. Look, he's leaving now. Look at it. I'm just
you
saying.
had to slide that in at the end.
Oh my God! You know what? Going off of a tangent right now, or something different. One time, I went out with my boys to a concert here. I don't know if you know this band. They're called The Green. They're kind of reggae. We went to go see them anyway, and kind of, some of that, some of that, and out of nowhere, I just screamed, "I love my girlfriend!" Like she wasn't even there. Like, and now my boys just give me so much shit about that all the time. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. This is 2 hours, man. All right, we got a lot of time to cover. I'm going off of whatever.
Yeah,
What was the comment you pulled up?
That was just, oh my God, Mike, you're so handsome again. So we still have a half an hour. Like I said at the beginning here, I had no actual game plan because I got told 2 hours before we go live today that my co-host Nick wasn't going to be here.
Yeah.
He runs the damn show.
Nick would have.
We're missing him.
So I'm over here struggling to piece together a show that is 2 hours freaking long. Hey,
and we've already seen a dog. We've talked about my girlfriend. Yeah, 2 dogs. Yeah. Hey,
brought up my wife numerous times. Martin had a random person yell at him out of nowhere. It's been a great show.
Oh, Martin.
So if you guys wanted to talk about a specific subject and get our opinions on it, please let us know. Because we still have 28 minutes to kill and 2 more topics. So, and I feel like the last 2 topics are going to be the easy ones.
Oh, boy.
Also, something I realized while I was trying to navigate the AEW Shields website is that beyond the homepage, you literally cannot do anything without signing up.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I just looked.
So that's that. All right. So
I mean, it's kind of WWE Network's the same thing. You can't really see anything without being a member.
Yeah, I mean, but there's still an extent. I mean, you can't watch anything, but you can still navigate everything.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So let's go into Brian Pillman Jr. I love Brian Pillman Jr. I love him.
Do I.
Martin, do you know who Brian Pillman Jr. is?
Of course.
So have you seen any of his stuff? Have you seen him wrestle?
I see a little bit of him, and he's been pretty good.
He is, I think, putting Brian Pillman Jr. on TNT in 2020. Hunter Main, thank you for the support and the follow on Twitch. We need more of that. Sorry, tangent. I think seeing Brian Pillman Jr. on TNT in 2020 would be the greatest thing for AEW.
Yeah.
You already put DDP on TNT again. You got Eric Bischoff back on TNT, baby. Oh, man, let me tell you how hyped I was when Bischoff was announced as that person. We haven't talked about that debate.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, let's talk about that shit.
Oh, yeah. No, we might spend the next 27 minutes on this debate. Oh, my God. Yeah, we lost Martin. I guess he didn't want to talk about the debate.
He didn't want to talk about the debate. He didn't like it.
So, I think me and you, we have relatively the same views on this kind of stuff. Yeah. But what did you think? What stood out the most about that debate?
Man, I mean, I think it's kind of... So, look, I'm just thinking about it now. it takes a lot for me to like, LOL, actually laugh out loud when I'm watching something. But just laughing about it now. Chris Jericho's giving all these answers, and Orange Cassidy is just being quiet. And then all of a sudden, they throw this stupid question about global warming. And as soon as they did it, I knew it was coming. I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing, isn't it? And that's what they did, man. And look, if you don't like Orange Cassidy, if you hate him, if you love him, looking at it, just looking at how they booked him, whew, man, they turned this guy into a star, did they not?
So
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
The funniest thing. Oh, go ahead, Martin. Go ahead.
Yeah, they did. He has become like the face, like the best baby face of the company right now.
Yeah, I would.
So
yeah,
the funniest part of that, first off, Orange Cassidy getting all of that out about global warming in one take and not even like stuttering. It's like, whoa. First off, you haven't talked a single day in AEW.
Yeah.
That was the greatest. And then the promo that he gave at the end to end it made me fully and firmly believe that Orange Cassidy can win this match.
I agree.
And I think he is going to win this match because you're going to have a rubber match at All Out. Let's be real.
Yeah, I feel that he's winning this one, and Jericho wins the third one at All Out.
That's tonight, isn't it? It may have already happened, actually.
No, it's the main event.
Smart company.
Still gotta watch it, yeah. I don't even know. I don't know if you would have I think, excuse me, Chris Jericho, he loves wrestling, and I think he sees what AEW has with Orange Cassidy, and I don't think it would be, because Chris Jericho lost the AEW championship, and it didn't hurt him one bit. He's still Chris Jericho. I think he would actually lay down for Orange Cassidy. I don't think they need a rubber match. I don't think Chris Jericho needs to win. I think if you give Orange Cassidy a big win over Chris Jericho, it takes him. Now, people are still going to see him as the stupid comedy guy who can't wrestle for shit. And we've seen he can wrestle. We've seen he can do his stuff. Once you get past the hands in the pockets and once you get past all the dumb shit that people say is dumb, I think it's hilarious. The guy can wrestle. He can go. So him beating Jericho, it puts him on this other level of, I beat Chris Jericho. Who knows? Maybe Orange Cassidy beats Jon Moxley for the title. Oh, Jesus. I don't know about that.
I would pop off huge if
that
happened. Oh, absolutely. Also, after that promo he gave to end the debate, I can fully and firmly say I would believe Orange Cassidy as a champion because he does have the moves in the ring to back it up. That gimmick is only going to last so long.
Yeah. That's actually true. I never even thought about that.
He's
been doing it for a long time, though.
Yeah, but look at the dick flip by Joey Ryan. I hate to bring him up, but that had just run its course when all of this came out. So everything has an expiration date. Orange Cassidy on national television played the Orange Cassidy character perfectly until it was the right time to unleash everything else. Now it's been unleashed, which means we're probably going to get away from this quote-unquote lazy, nonchalant, doesn't matter. He said it himself. I care about this match.
I don't think they'll totally abandon it. I think they'll tone it down a little bit, though. But I don't think you can totally abandon it because then you have to kind of. He could. People have those gimmicks where wrestling is their gimmick, but when you go from a gimmick like that, like where it's very
super gimmicky gimmick.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to just totally abandon it and then go, no, I'm just a pure wrestler. So maybe eventually down the line they start, removing things like, hey, I'll still put my hands in my pockets, but I care now. And then, hey, I took, you know what I mean? But I don't think they can abandon it just like that.
Oh, I don't think it'll happen overnight either. It's going to take a gradual. In reality, it's going to be a 6 to 12-month process.
I would say longer than that because I think this is all we've seen of Orange Cassidy. This is all we've seen is this character. We don't know anything else. So I think it'll take longer than a year. I really do.
Martin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he can go away from that gimmick, but it'll take him a while.
I don't know. I see it way easier.
And
it's just because of the way they built it. No matter what you think about to compare it to, they haven't built it this well. It hasn't played out in front of us as well as Orange Cassidy has.
But let's say let's say next month he wins the AEW title. Like, you think people are going to be on board with that?
He won't win it next month.
No, I'm saying if he did.
But he wouldn't. Because we can see the long-term booking in AEW. We can see what's going on. It's almost transparent that MJF is going to win it all out.
Agreed.
As he should.
And then after that, you're going to have a face coming after him.
Jungle Boy.
Because MJF is a heel. So,
actually,
Martin, Jungle Boy would be great. But Martin, who do you think would be a sustainable face to dethrone MJF after that?
Jungle Boy, and if they can book him after that, Orange Cassidy.
Exactly. Orange Cassidy is somebody you could truly believe becoming world champion next. It would be next after MJF. Because in reality, in that upper echelons of AEW for faces, you have Jon Moxley and Orange Cassidy. Cody can't challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship ever again. Whoever comes out of Hangman and Omega as the face when they finally split, which is going to be Omega, is still going to need work.
You think Omega's coming out as the face?
Yeah, they've made it almost way too apparent, in my opinion, that Paige took Cody's spot in this new Four Horsemen they're creating.
But do you... Now, I wasn't a big, I guess, viewer of Omega. I knew him. Was the Cleaner a heel? Like Cleaner Omega, was he a heel? He was. Because if you watch Being the Elite, like, they're kind of teasing him coming back as the Cleaner.
Yes. So I don't watch Being the Elite, so I don't know that. However, you can't split up the tag team and they both go heel.
No, but you don't think Adam Page could be a face? I mean, I think he could.
He could be. He absolutely could be. But you're not going to put him as a face now, teamed with FTR and potentially Shawn Spears.
Yeah, no, that's true, too. I forgot about
that. That doesn't
FTR
make
thing.
sense.
I forgot about the FTR.
Yeah, and they've been teasing the FTR and Adam Page thing, which is the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Way too much to just abandon it now. Originally, we thought it was going to be Cody. It's only a matter of time before Cody turns on Arn or Arn turns on Cody and we get the Four Horsemen. Just like it's only a matter of time before Page turns on Omega or Omega turns on Page. Something's going to happen. I thought it was going to happen tonight. I just read they retained the tag team titles. Didn't happen tonight.
Why are you? I wanted to watch. Yeah, I wanted to watch.
That's the only thing I ruined for you.
No,
they retained the titles against Jurassic Express, but it is what it is.
Which, man, let's just go back to that. I hate the fact that they still have the titles. I hate the fact that they had the titles to begin with.
Yep, we all do.
Yeah. Orange Cast.
Oh, hold on. I am getting a request for an invite. I don't know why. This could get interesting, guys. 4 people on here.
One of them who I think it is.
It might be who you think it is. And, we don't just let people come on all willy-nilly on our show. No, we wouldn't do that. But there's a certain time and a certain place for special people to join the show. I just sent out the invite. We'll see if they actually join. Hey! Backstage, Nick. Don't give it away, damn it.
Did he give it away?
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, there's a chat in here.
It's
I
nothing
don't know what
important.
it is. Yeah, it's not.
What are you saying yes to? We've tangented so much. I don't know where we're going.
That's
Nice
true.
to see you, Johnny. I've never seen your name before. It's nice to see you commenting. I think we got somebody. There's a knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. And he's here.
You know,
Look at that pretty face.
you know something? You know something? Here I am. I had to deal with some things today. And I go look and I see these three schnooks trying to do a show without me. Ain't happening.
Wait, never mind. I can't
Oh,
See?
Oh,
We're
so
doing
He
it.
doesn't like you.
Martin
Even
just
he doesn't
bounced
like
on
you.
me. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What's going on, gentlemen?
So-
How I've been watching the show periodically. Doesn't know. You guys did an amazing job. We got our last 15 minutes. How's it going?
I'm telling you telling me 2 hours in advance, hey, I'm not going to be there. I go, oh shit, I got to come up with a game plan for the night. We strung this together at the very last second without you. You
I
run this
apologize.
show.
my voice, the volume
I've
couldn't
had
work for me,
such a
but I'm
good
back.
record, Jake. I've had such a good record.
What's
of
going on,
making
Martin?
sure I was here.
Yeah, for some reason the volume could not work for me, but I'm back now.
Perfect.
All right. good
So,
stuff.
Nick, we got 15 minutes left. Let's do this. We were just talking
Okay, let's
about
do
the
it.
Orange Cassidy debate, and the Orange Cassidy Chris Jericho debate, and it fell into who's turning on who between Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. So let's get all your thoughts on everything there.
Well, I mean, listen, I haven't watched that much AEW for I think last week I missed. But what I'll tell you is this: it was setting up completely to be Hangman Page, and then they did a little switcheroo on us by all of a sudden showing Kenny acting like the cleaner. I mean,
That's what I said. That's what I said. You can't get both of them coming out of this as a heel, though. And Hangman Page is definitely going to the new Four Horsemen.
yeah, but it all comes down to who cares less about the tag team, and that's Kenny Omega. The one who makes the most sense for is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is tired of being the nice guy. He tried to help Adam Page. Oh my God, I was thinking of Adam Cole. Excuse me, Hangman Page. He's trying to be the good guy, trying to be the glue, and now he's done. He's tired of it. And right up here, Mike wants to smoke. He tried to get that in without me saying anything. I think it's Kenny Omega. I think absolutely Kenny Omega is the one that does the heel turn because I think they're trying to make Page a tweener because there's something endearing about him being a drunk. That's just me.
There's something endearing about him being a drunk.
There is. You tell me it's not funny? Come on, everyone loves it, man.
Oh man. Did you see the Orange Cassidy Chris Jericho debate though?
I saw the debate. The debate. Very funny. They had their match tonight, right? The $7,000.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going on now.
Oh, it's happening
It's going
right
on
now.
now.
I said I fully believe Orange Cassidy can win this match, mainly to set up the rubber match at All Out. And that promo at the end definitely made me believe that Orange Cassidy is a serious contender.
Oh yeah.
He sold me.
100%.
He sold
Of
me.
course.
No, I mean, they did a lot of work there to make you buy into Orange Cassidy as more than just a comedic character, or at least make you think, for the time being, that's how they think of Orange Cassidy. AEW has the luxury right now where they don't have a standard of what they do with people as they build them, so they could tease anybody at any moment to be a person that could possibly be a contender. And especially when you're someone like Orange Cassidy, who's so over as a character and who's had great matches already, it's easy to do. So,
You know, that brings
Good.
up a good point right now for all companies. You could pretty much, you can push whoever you want right now. Because the way I see it is, once crowds come back, they're going to cheer for everybody. They're just going to be so happy that they're back in wrestling. They'll cheer. You could put the title on Shelton Benjamin. They'll cheer for him. Hey, we got wrestling.
Hey, don't take Shelton
That's how I
Benjamin
see it,
like
but-
that.
Hey,
no, I mean that's
hey,
just the
that's
first
a
thing that
former
popped into my head.
24/7 champion there. You should put some respect on his name.
That's a former Intercontinental Champion in here.
Our
Not in
Truth
this
won the
decade, Jake.
24/7 title again.
Not in this
Hey, you know what?
decade,
We
he's
didn't
not.
say anything about this decade. We just said what he did.
Our Truth is a 38-time 24/7 champion. Just
I think it's
Yes, he
39
is.
now, actually.
In the words of
Maybe
Damian
it is.
Lillard, you put some respect on his name. All right? I don't
Oh,
want to hear none of
man.
that dog shit.
Velveteen Dream is back on NXT.
Why are you?
Ooh,
I did that
Velveteen
just-
Dream.
Well, I guess
just.
he's not
I
getting
mean, have we
fired.
talked at all about Pat McAfee and Pat?
We haven't talked anything about that.
Well, we're in the last 10 minutes, and Pat McAfee's gonna have a match with Adam Cole, and I'm just gonna say it, and everyone's gonna hate me for it.
You better
I'm
not.
kind of low key hyped about it. I'm
Oh,
actually.
Oh, I am.
I'm actually interested to see how it's gonna go.
I'm not.
Oh, I am.
I'm
I am.
very interested.
I love
to see how
Pat
they're
I
gonna do
think I do think they picked the perfect talent for Pat McAfee to get in the ring with.
that. Oh,
I just
well,
don't like the idea of Pat McAfee in the ring.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's consistent because they actually showed us how for the last year and a half they've been chirping at each other constantly. So it kind of makes sense that eventually it was going to blow up. I mean, it's the most, it's such the second the thing happened on his show, I knew it was a shoot. I was watching
Yeah.
guys, there is no way WWE let him go on there and curse at him and push his guys, and that he's in a room with five guys and he shoves one and no one's going to do anything about it.
Right.
It was not going to happen. So obviously that was a shoot. But
Work. It
Pat
was a work.
McAfee's an athlete. He's a really good athlete. So, I mean, it's not like he's in there with Stephen Amell. And even Stephen Amell's not bad. Not
I love
great.
everything Pat McAfee does.
Yeah, I'm actually
Martin, what do you
excited for
think?
this match. I'm actually excited for this because Pat McAfee is actually, I can see him actually doing good here.
I think he's doing he's being Pat McAfee. If you know who he is, this is who he is. And people like that. And honestly, if it brings new eyes to the product, I think that's a cool thing. So, I don't know. That's just my
Look,
ending thoughts here.
Pat McAfee was arguably the greatest punter of all time. Definitely the greatest punter of the decade.
Easily.
Arguably in the conversation
yeah.
for all time. He leaves. He retires at a very young age because he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go do my own thing.
I'm out.
Becomes
No
crazy
CTE
successful.
for me, good sir.
Nah, done. Becomes very successful. Does a stand-up show that actually had me rolling. I was like, if you haven't seen Pat McAfee's stand-up show, it had me rolling. Has a great podcast, and he's had a lifelong dream of being a wrestler. He's getting that whole thing. He could be a great heel as he's walking out. He's like, really unprofessional product you got running here. Like, dude, no, I don't know. Pat McAfee could do no. I'm in the number one spot. Look at me. I'm the longest.
Wow,
tenured
look
person
at
here.
that.
Anyway, but
You're welcome.
look, Pat, yeah, whatever. Pat McAfee can do no wrong. I'll vote for Pat McAfee for president. Better than who we got.
He's such a prick, and I love him for it. Now,
I only said that because I know Nick would get mad.
we're going to ignore that and move on.
Oh, no.
Have we, because I'm just spitting out things that were on my head for today's topic, have we talked SummerSlam at all?
No, we're gonna cover that next week.
You're going to do SummerSlam next
No.
week?
When
Because-
a certain somebody is back.
Wait, what?
He's asking if you're going to be here next week.
Yes, Jake. Yes, I'll be back next week. Yes, don't worry.
What's
I'm like,
next
who is he
week? What?
talking about? I'm like, who the fuck is he talking about? Everyone's here. The gang's all here. What are you talking about,
Literally.
man?
Our entire show is sitting right in front of you right now. So if you have any questions for any of the four of us, now would be the perfect time to ask.
Yeah, seriously. This is it.
I might be here next week as well.
Whoa! Whoa!
I gotta see. I don't
And
know if my
Jake-
girl comes back on the 20th or the 21st. If it's
Jake-
the 20th, I'll be here.
Jake, is it possible we're gonna have 4 guys on the show at once? Oh man. Oh man, Martin, do the thing too. So
Mar-
we all
Martin,
don't-
Martin,
There he is. He got it.
Yeah.
Martin wasn't. He knew what we were doing. He just said, "I'm not doing that, you losers."
He's just
Stop.
like, I'm too cool for this. No,
I
no,
am
not
too
my
old for
style.
He said it because the UE's better anyway.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean,
Still
he
there.
ain't wrong. Show
I
me
mean,
the
he's
lie.
not.
Show me the lie. Oh, I think I know what he's about to
pop
do.
of the day.
Is
The
he about
last
to do what I
5
think he's
minutes.
about to do?
Oh no, I was just about to put this on.
Both me
Yo,
and
they don't-
Nick are like, oh, he's gonna do the Funko Pop.
They
No,
don't have
he just-
they don't have a UE pop yet. I wish
Well,
they
do you
did.
have any pop for us? I mean, we haven't had a pop of the day in a long time. I'd like to have a pop of the day.
All right, it's not gonna be wrestling related. Oh,
That's
you,
fine,
well,
it doesn't matter.
it's not gonna be
It doesn't
wrestling
have to
related,
be
but
wrestling related.
this is the most expensive pop I had. This
Whoa.
actually, I saw this in a store, and it was originally $80, and I was like, man, I want it because it's beautiful. I paid $40 for it, but I don't know if you can see. This is Michael Jordan.
Ooh.
This is from an All-Star game, and it's a top or upper deck. It's upper deck. I don't know what year. This is the 1996 All-Star game.
Yes,
in
it is.
San Antonio.
Oh,
I don't know. It might be hard to see. This thing is beautiful. Like this thing is absolutely gorgeous.
under over
So.
$100, dude.
Well, it's worth under, but it's worth double what I paid, so that's good.
Ah, he's
So-
making
So we're
money.
still-
If you had to take your best guess, how much money in Funko Pops do you have on that wall behind you?
Oh, I can tell you how much money have I spent, or how much money is it worth?
Those are two different things.
Yeah. it's
How much is
definitely-
it worth?
All of them are probably worth. I think I have an app that you can bid no monies for it. I have an app where you put in the pops you have and it tracks how much they're worth. Last time I checked, I believe I was at 1,500. I think.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
I still don't know anything about Funko Pops. I don't
uh,
want to learn. But is that good? Is that like a good collection?
Well, they're vinyls, bro.
as far as what, like do
Bruh,
I have a good
I
collection?
have like
or-
12 vinyls that are worth double that. So
Listen. Here's the thing, Jake. Funko Pops are one of those things where you say, this is stupid. I'll buy one and it'll be fine. And then you go, but now I want more.
This is what it started with. You're getting two for the price of one. This was the first pop I ever bought, and it started with this one
2 pops.
because I was.
We
Yeah,
got 2
I was
pops.
walking.
one day.
I was walking through the mall and I saw it and I was like, man, I'm a huge Biggie fan. I blame my girl because she's the one who let me go in that store. She knew I shouldn't have gone in there, but
Like
she
a
let me.
true New Yorker.
She knew. So
now, are we having this battle of the New Yorkers? Is this going to happen? How are we going to do it? I want the information. I want.
Well,
the
okay, ready. This is how we do it. Whoever is in
Nick.
New York wins. Oh, okay, I win. Done. Game over. There you go. And this
All
has
right.
been Square Circle
That's
Talk,
fine.
everybody. Everybody can go home. Bye-bye.
that's fine. Yeah, you're right there. You're in New York because you have a king to the west.
Screwing that one up. The green screen.
Oh, you have a green screen?
Nah, Nick. Nick came in.
Oh.
Not,
I don't want to see his ugly ass anyway.
Who kicked me out?
Hey, look at this.
Who kicked me out? I want to know who it was.
So,
Nick-
fun fact.
Nick's
Today we
protecting
have
me.
a
He doesn't like when people.
Special guest today.
What the hell is going
There we
on?
go. We got all 5 now.
Oh, for God's sakes.
What the hell is going on right now?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
hey,
Nick
yeah,
E. Eubanks, what
Yeah.
are you doing here? This is
I got the
Square
green
Circle
screen
Talk,
running.
not 60-yard dash.
I got the green screen running real quick, and you were talking about the pop funks. So
Oh,
Goku's the only one you need to worry about.
Oh,
That Goku.
Oh, oh.
Okay.
But I'm not-
Never watched it.
That's
He's
Super
out. You
Saiyan.
couldn't- Love it. I
This
love
All right,
it.
so we
show
have
is going off
a
the
minute
fucking
and a half
rails.
left, and Luther just joined
Square
us
Circle
again.
Talk. What's up, Luther?
He was here
Luther.
at the
Last
beginning.
minute,
He was
guys.
here at the end.
Quick round right now. Just start spitting stuff.
This show.
Okay,
It's going
I
off
think
the
I'm the only one
fucking
without sound
rails.
right now. And I'm just realizing I have no sound, so I'm gonna stop talking.
Wait.
Oh, we can hear
You
you.
can't.
I
I
can
can
hear
hear you fine.
Oh, what's up, Martin? Thank you. I don't know why Mike and Jake, I can't hear them.
You can't hear me right now, Jake. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just
They're
fine.
yelling. I don't know why
I
they're
hear-
yelling. I can't hear a word they're saying.
I hear everyone, and Nick over here can't figure out
Jake is
anything.
emphatically just throwing his hands.
Yelling.
He's just
I'm really just
angry.
yelling louder to
Mike's
make him
just
think I'm
blowing
more hyped
smoke.
than I am.
He's given up. We're in the last 10, 20 seconds of the show. Guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us at Squirrel Circle Talk in the middle of the week. You have awesome shows coming up for the rest of the week. I'm the only one here now talking. I don't know how that happened. Guys, what's going on right now? This is the only time I ever go on my phone, and it's a complete disaster. I'll never do that again.
Just
I'm
wrap
always
it
going to
up.
go on my laptop.
Just wrap it.
All right,
All right,
guys,
we're
let's
done.
wrap this up.
We'll see you next week.